Yeah, it really breaks my heart to still see the extra conditioning at the end of practice. The best soccer coaches I know, they integrate the conditioning within the practice. So it's like you were talking about earlier, like train soccer, let that be separate, and the conditioning should be within that, within the small
Mhm.
sided games, the 1v1s, the 2v2s. Always keep the ball in play, minimal rest time, get in that red zone. And it just breaks my heart. It's like, well, if your practice was quality, you don't really need this extra stuff at the end. You're better off saving that time at the beginning for the sprint work. But it's tough to get coaches on board because of that standing around that you mentioned. They're like, wait, and that's the biggest criticism I think of the Feed the Cats is, oh, well, there's too much standing around. So let's talk about rest times between sprints. How long and what should they be doing during the rest time? Just staring at the sunset?
Yes, I think, and this is perfect. You're in Florida, right?
Yes,
Yeah, so this is perfect for Florida people.
it
Um,
is.
um, you need as much sunshine in your life as a sprinter that you possibly can get, because you get dopamine from sleep and sunshine and vitamin D and success. But that sunshine is just amazing. I think that all of the world of athletic performance is now starting to see that sleep and sunshine are the two. Matter of fact, I have a T-shirt that I've made with Feed the Cats that has a sun and a moon and the dopamine molecule in between. That the sun and the moon, we need to sleep at night and we need sunshine during the day. And of course, we live indoors. I mean, even in Florida, people are staying in the air conditioning way too much. So yes, they need that sunshine, but they also need rest. So when we are speed training, we are not trying to get in shape. We are trying to get fast. We have a very, very clear objective. And so what we'll do is in all of our speed drills, and that's where I coach, and there's also some plyometric stuff in our speed drills. So those things are done. As I said earlier, they take about 5 seconds, because as soon as you go over 5 seconds, you're really getting closer and closer to glycolytic work, like lactate producing stuff. And we're not into that at all. So we want to stay anaerobic alactic. So anything, as you said in your article, anything more than 5 or 6 seconds is not sprinting. It is not speed training. So it's like 5 seconds on, 55 seconds off. And if you need more, you take more time. And then for the actual sprints, and even if you do like a 10-meter fly, which we do all the time because we love to change that 10-meter fly time into a miles per hour. It's just so powerful for kids to know what mile per hour they are running. And for a 10-meter fly, it's just 22.37 divided by the time that it took you to run between those two cones. And the number one question is always, how much of a run in? You have to have a full run in, or else you're not at max speed. So about 25, 30 meters of run in, you hit that first cone going at top speed, and you maintain top speed for 10 meters. Then you take 22.37 divided by that time, and you get miles per hour. So when we do something like that, we may only be 1 second between the two cones, but it's about 3 seconds getting into it and about 1 second getting out of it. So it's probably about a 5-second run. And the rule of thumb is for every second of sprinting, you need 1 minute of recovery. So if we run a 40-yard dash, that's about 5 seconds of sprinting. If we do a 10-meter fly, that's about 5 seconds of sprinting. We take 5 minutes in between. Now, it drives people nuts. As you said, like I love it when visitors come and watch what I do, because they see it very like, this all you do? I go, yeah. And they go like, I could do this. I'm like, no shit. Yeah, it's not that hard. It's you just have to make sure you don't do all the dumb stuff. So I had one guy say one time, now in between those 40s that you're timing, or those 10s or whatever, have you ever thought about having like stations where you're having kids like doing push-ups, planks, maybe, like jog in place. And I'm like, no, no. But see, but that is the mentality, as you know, of teachers and coaches, is that if, idle hands are is the devil, or whatever the saying is. That if kids are not kept busy, they're problems. And so if you're going to have good classroom management, keep them busy. If you're going to have a good practice, keep them moving, keep them busy. Activity, 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 no achievement, but yeah, that's not right. We want achievement. So wait, so anyway, I said, no, we are not going to keep them busy in between. So yeah, they're acting like cats. They're just kind of laying around. And to me, it doesn't drive me nuts because I've watched it for 22 years. But for an old school coach, it drives them crazy. It's like, these kids need to be doing, no, they're resting. So yeah, if you could look up into the sunset and be doing the right thing.
I'm so glad we touched on this, because I think also coaches, they just like feel awkward when everyone's standing there. And it's like, you need to push past that. Like, understand, why do you feel awkward? Like, you
Yeah.
guys just tell jokes, tell stories. I mean, for all I care, like, just go for a walk or something. I don't know. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter, but get that rest. So yeah, that was really great. What about, so I call these more of like the lower cost movements. I do a lot of this in season almost every single day. So like you're skipping, marching, high knee variations. So how important are these? I see people butchering these all the time, just kind of going through the motions, half in,